Cayden Lindstrom and Andrew Basha form one of the best duos in the CHL this season.
Behind the back to Basha, dancing in by Chichkin to the net, rebound, Lindstrom scores!
Lindstrom, the center, is higher on draft boards. He plays a strong power forward scoring game. He has almost everything NHL teams look for in a forward prospect. Basha plays at a high pace. He rushes the puck and makes a lot of plays in the offensive zone. He could become a great option for teams later in the first round. In this video, we're going to break down some of their best moments together this season. I picked 2 games from the first half and a collection of shifts from their playoff series against Red Deer. Here, they make an instant transition from defense to offense. The puck turns over, Basha picks it up, he runs ahead and shoots it toward Lindstrom, who goes to the net for a deflection. They both can generate a lot of speed through the neutral zone. Lindstrom's speed is a large advantage at his size. He covers a lot of ice. Here, they catch another break. Lindstrom gets the puck, his defender loses balance, and he takes advantage.
Raiders 2 co-op plays with a hard check on Crocker. Here's a chance. Lindstrom scores! It's Rain Bears and Chatwin BC's Cayden Lindstrom. 1 minute and 14 seconds 6. It's a plethora of fur and animals of all shapes and sizes.
The placement of his release is perfect, and there's some deception in it too. He makes a short drag motion and his blade goes from closed to open, changing the angle. The goalie has no chance to stop this. This first shift showed each player's play style. On his rush, Basha aimed to find Lindstrom. He's the playmaker. In the next sequence, Lindstrom had Basha open, but he saw the shooting lane and he took it. He's more of a finisher on his line. We see the harder side of both of them here. They can play a cycle game quite well. Lindstrom, with his 6'4" frame, has an advantage on the wall. He's strong and he can run through the hands of opponents. Basha has a really good protection technique. He makes a difficult retrieval play, gets low on his skates, keeps his feet moving, and uses his free arm to shield the puck. Lindstrom comes behind in support. The offense is stuck in the corner here, but Basha sees the out. He drives between the defensive lines and then tries a spin pass to Lindstrom, who's also driving the net.
Good movement by those two so far tonight and even yesterday in the first period, but still lots of time here. Tigers with the lead, 1-0. Andreessen hot whip over.
Here, we see them on the power play. They both make good small area plays. Lindstrom seals the puck twice and finds his teammate with his backhand. And we see Basha's quick feet here. He changes direction, takes a few strides, and he's free from coverage. The team then establishes their presence in the zone. They cycle the puck high, McKenna comes down, and he feeds the puck to Lindstrom. He sees that he has no passing lane here. He doesn't force the play, but moves to the other side and finds space. He manages the puck well, and he's a really good net front presence.
Right circle, keeping. Down low on that pass to Lindstrom was intercepted but taken back. Weisblatt to Mercick once more. Tigers with a 2-0 lead. Touched up McKenna. Wrister, score!
Lindstrom forechecks here. He attacks the hands of the puck carrier with both his stick and body. With the help of Basha, he cuts off the space and options of the opposition. The other team turns the puck over and the Tigers create a tic-tac-toe play.
Cayden Lindstrom, here's a chance. One-time chance! Lindstrom back to the net! He scores!
Basha drives the middle, attracts 4 defenders on himself, and look at the coordination of Lindstrom here. He's shooting that while sliding away from the net. He can't fully set his feet, but he drops to one knee and still manages a really good shot. He places the puck perfectly again, between the glove and the pad of the goalie. And this is another perfectly played forecheck sequence. The F1 creates a turnover. Lindstrom arrives to cut all plays up the wall, forcing the opposition to turn back. Basha, the F3, arrives across the ice and replaces the F1 as the play changes side. Lindstrom reloads high to enable his defenseman to pinch down the wall, and his good defensive rotation enables him to find shooting space. Right after, Basha shows his passing ability again. Lindstrom stays in the slot and gets another scoring chance with a deflection. And Basha jumps on the rebound. Lindstrom is really good at finding space in and around the slot. His ability to anticipate passes and incoming shots is partly what makes him such a strong scorer. And he's also capable of making passing plays too. His teammate drives ahead, he sees space forming, so he cuts inside, drags the defense with him, and passes counter to it. Lindstrom is not manipulating defenders as often as Basha, but he has some great ideas with the puck too. It's just a question of improving his timing and execution sometimes. He's really on a fast upward trajectory in his development. Every facet of his playmaking has already improved significantly over the past 2 years. You can read about Lindstrom's background, overall game, and improvements in this great article by Mitch Brown. The Tigers get in a cycle sequence again. Basha drops the puck, and I like this play from Lindstrom. He doesn't try to outspeed the opponent up the wall. He wants to control the engagement, so he waits to touch the puck until the opponent is right on his back. He protects it and uses the shove to separate, and places the puck back down for Basha. Instead of physical skills like Lindstrom, Basha uses deception to win this puck. He changes direction and speed on first touch, and then he manipulates the defender.
Chance, Smith in, rebound, couple saves made by Hildebrand. Clutch there to give the Raiders a chance as they break.
This shift is another good look at Lindstrom's developing playmaking game. It starts in the defensive zone. Lindstrom arrives off a change, and you see his physical impact again. He rams an opponent on the board, and then positions back in the middle of the slot. The breakout would have been easier if Lindstrom skated up and let his teammate pick up the puck instead. But the Tigers managed to get out of the zone anyway, and they both accelerate up ice. You see Lindstrom's speed here again. He pushes back the defensive line and creates space for another one of Basha's passing plays. The puck gets stopped, it circles around the zone, and Lindstrom gets it. He drives through an opponent and frees himself. Basha is equally as good as Lindstrom at anticipating plays and finding space in the offensive zone. Lindstrom clearly spots Basha, but he doesn't make the pass here. He tries to attract and fake the defense and make the pass closer to the net instead. But the play misses. Maybe it would have been better for him to use that first lane. There were some defenders in the way, but he probably had the space. Again, Lindstrom has some good ideas, but it's often a question of finding the best play and the right timing of his passes. Because he had some impressive playmaking highlights this season too.
Tigers though force a turnover and a race for it, trying to scoot, partial break, powering his way is Cayden Lindstrom, back for McKenzie, backhander, scores!
The Tigers are in the offensive zone here. The puck moves to the point and it's shot back down. The play turns into a forecheck. The Tigers get it back and Lindstrom protects the puck well. Basha looks before getting the puck, sees his teammate coming, buys a bit of time and makes the pass. The puck gets out of the zone, and the Tigers orchestrate the entry again with multiple passes under pressure. Lindstrom makes a lot of these little bump passes in transition. He's not carrying the puck as often as Basha, but he still has good transition results because of these plays, and those are very common in the NHL. Lindstrom follows the play well. He assists teammates any way he can. Here's another example. His defenseman is pinching. He sees him and gets in the way with a hard pick, creating more space for the play. And we get to see Basha and Lindstrom's chemistry again.
By Wojtek Port and his clearing attempt cut off, and now a chance. Basha in front, one-timer scores. Just 17 seconds into period number 2, and the Tigers have a response.
Just like in the previous shift, Basha makes a great pass to the slot. He's selling the shot with deception, and Lindstrom draws the perfect arc at the perfect speed to one-time the pass. This video is going to show a lot of Basha highlights.
Leaving his career, I'd have to double check here. As now Basha spins away from a check. Here's Lindstrom, one-time chance, stopped by Elenko. Forces his man's hand, nice play by McKenzie off the bench. Here's Basha now trying to bust in. His shot, scores! Shaft is possible. Tigers recover, to center. Van Mogen, long shooting, going to be paddled aside by Brady Smith, and Basha will pick things up behind the net. Fed up front, here's a chance, McKenzie scores! What a pass by Andrew Basha!
The other side of his projection is that, sometimes, he gets too focused on outskating and outmaneuvering the opposition.
Able to back up for Basha, has some room, cuts to the front of it, but Bogdan Hodas just got a reach on it. And now Andrew Basha makes a move and lost the hand.
Here, he drives straight at the pack of defenders instead of slowing down and using his support. He loses the puck, but still makes a good play on the wall to protect it and pass it to a teammate. But the puck escapes his team. Basha's defensive zone engagement also wavers. He has some better shifts than others there. Here, he comes back, but he's already in a breakout position. He leaves the middle open when the puck is not yet in control of his team. The Tigers get the puck back, and his aggressive positioning has some benefits because it leads to a 2-on-1. Here, he does use the drive of his teammate, but he tries too many moves on the defender. In these first sequences, we already saw many of the strengths of both players. Lindstrom played a strong physical game. He assisted teammates, found space in the offensive zone, won battles on the wall, and he beat goalies with his shot. Basha carried the puck and he made some great passes. He deceived defenders constantly and took a lot of pucks off the wall. The next few shifts are taken from the playoffs. Lindstrom just got back from his injury, and there's a good chance he was not playing at 100%. He was probably out of rhythm, but despite all that, he still managed to make a lot of good plays.
with a boom early on Chet Larson. Now the Tigers got to get rid of it. Nice play by Lindstrom. And now there's a 2-on-2 play. Striding ahead, one-on-one with Fabrizi. Powers his way. Lindstrom to the forehead. It's loose. They score! Andrew Basha!
You see Lindstrom's hockey sense in this net drive too. He combines speed, protection skills, and deception. He doesn't drive straight ahead. He uses Basha as a decoy. He fakes the pass and slows down. The defender also slows down and brings his stick back to cover the passing lane, giving Lindstrom the window he needs to accelerate and turn the corner on him. Lindstrom starts the sequence with a good defensive play. The other team attacks, he skates down. He's a bit late on the play, but he still manages to lift the stick of the opponent as he cuts in front of the net, and then he finishes his check. Lindstrom was even more physical than usual in this series. He hit every opponent he could. He gets the puck at the other end of the ice, attracts the defense, and tries this cross-ice pass that barely misses the stick of his teammate. Lindstrom knows where his options are, and he uses the back layers of the attack constantly.
Andreesa gets his stick caught up in Linden transition, but now Mercick looks to exit. Here's Lindstrom, checks back in. He'll have McKenna keeping, holds, no shot yet.
He prepared that first play very well. He attacked the middle, which gave space to his teammate to cut under him. McKenna was still covered by the defense, so he faked a shot and then drove the middle once again. The next teammate was also covered, but the last one wasn't, and Lindstrom created a great runway for him. This is purely a defensive zone shift. Lindstrom still has to learn some defensive details, but you can't fault his effort, especially in this shift. He follows his man and makes him feel his presence. He plays true playoff hockey. This is exactly the kind of setting that Lindstrom is built for. He has that kind of physical edge in his game. He will be able to attack and defend the middle of the ice against tough NHL opposition. And on top of all this, he has the skills to take the puck from the defensive zone to the offensive zone.
Cayden Lindstrom, you feel that one every time the 215-pound centerman for the Tigers, he takes off. He's going to bust in. Here's Lindstrom, backdoor St. Martin. It was a late pass. And not he is Landon Hansen, tied up with Bogdan's Hodas. As Vasil Spilka out there with Cayden McCann as well. And Lindstrom out of the box is going to try to create, but he'll just push forward, trying to truck again, and comes away with the puck. Nice move. Quick whip pass. Here's Peranish, spins away from trouble. Now back to it. Winds, fires, stopped by...
Basha's space comes from his heavy usage of crossovers, but also the way he quickly receives and moves pucks. He often accelerates on his first touch of the puck, and he creates a lot of zone entries for his team with his skating. His feet never stop moving. This is a beautiful tic-tac-toe play. Basha drops the puck, repositions, and you see Lindstrom's small area skills again. He catches that with his skate and deflects it to his stick for a shot, and then he battles 3 defenders for a rebound. And the two combine to create some great scoring chances before the end of the game.
That sets the tone, as Cayden Lindstrom just trucks Ollie Josefson off the opening draw, and now feathered ahead as Marcus Pacheco out there with Basha, now in front, now for Lindstrom, quick shot, one-timer, not much on it. 5-0, just over the 5-minute mark. That's a big goal for Talon Wrigley. The most goals scored by one team in this entire series now, in one game. Basha sharp angle to the slot, Lindstrom a shot, rebound!
Although it might be unlikely, it's not impossible.
Here's Drew Krebs trying to walk in. This almost 300 games in the Western Hockey League. Probably if he didn't have a COVID season, he probably would have hit 300. He'll get away from a check. Makes a nice move, busts in, Krebs, loose puck, Basha scores!
Basha is a more experienced player who knows his strengths and how to best use them to create at his level. He plays with a lot of pace, and he manipulates defenders constantly. He overplays his hands sometimes, and we still have some question about how he's going to adapt to the NHL, where he won't have the same skill advantage. He might lose part of his effectiveness, but he's highly dynamic, and he uses a bunch of patterns that will translate well to the NHL, like his constant change of lanes and speed and the way he works on the wall. He could play in a top 6 in the NHL. Lindstrom has all the tools: the speed, the physicality, the handling and passing skills, and the shot. He just needs to learn to maximize them. He's missing some plays, but his reads and processing and awareness already project well to the NHL. He's a fast improving player who's going to continue to play in a highly creative environment with the Tigers. The team is going to provide him a lot of options and a lot of freedom to experiment and grow his skills. That's exciting for his development. Players like Lindstrom, with every tool and projectable hockey sense, who want to learn and work on their game, rarely come by. If he gets the right guidance, he could become one of the elite players of this class and a top-line NHL power forward.
They've got a chance to go 3 in a row against the East Division. Nice spin move. Backhand! Lindstrom scores! Said it before. Are you freaking kidding me?
So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. You can also check out EPRinkside.com. We're releasing our draft guide soon, and we also put out some articles on Lindstrom and Basha. They provide advanced stats and deeper projections.